Yesterday morning, the WNBA's, 15th franchise officially announced its name and branding, and it's a move that is both nostalgic and new all at the same time. They're bringing back a name that once burned bright in the city. Their name is the Portland Fire. Now, I'm going to have a lot of fire-related phrases that I'm going to say in this. I just thought it was funny, and so I added in a whole bunch of random fire references, and so let me know if you like it or not. So if you're newer to women's basketball, here's a little bit of history lesson of sorts. The original Portland Fire was part of the WNBA, was a WNBA expansion team in 2000, and it lasted from 2000 to 2002. The team played just 3 seasons. They never made the playoffs, but they did have a very solid fan support system, right? Having around 8,000 fans per home game. So very good overall. Ultimately, the team ended up folding in 2002 when finances just did not add up, and ultimately ownership could no longer support the team. Sad story, but at the time, it is what it is. And it did kind of spark something. Those 3 seasons, they sparked something for Portland as a whole. Now, Portland has kind of always been a women's sports city, and the flame, well, clearly, the flame never went out in Portland for women's basketball. Fast forward to yesterday, July 15th, 2025, and the Fire has officially been reunited, right? The Fire officially announced their team name and had a what I thought was a really cool launch party. Oh, also here's the graphic of Portland Fire from 2002. And then yesterday, we saw them announce their name, announce their branding, and officially have a launch party at their new arena, which will be the Moda Center. Fans were out; they were having a good time. It seemed like a lot of people that were in attendance for the festivities, and so that was kind of cool. So you all may be wondering, okay, they were called the Flame before, now it's back. So that's old. So what's new? What's new for the Flame? What's new? Well, what's different is the team is owned by RAJ Sports. This is the same sports group that owns the Portland Thorns. And so, so clearly there is some real commitment, some serious commitment into women's sports baked into the ownership group itself because of who they also own. Also, branding. Branding is also a thing as well. That's new. The new Fire logo is a rose engulfed in flame. It's a nod to Portland's nickname, the Rose City. You get it? With a little bit of attitude. Their wordmark design also has some inspiration from Portland's 12 bridges and a silhouette of Mount Hood. So lots of local things around the Portland name. Also, when it comes to colors, the palette colors that they're using is fire red, brown, blue, and pink. It evokes, this is what they were saying in the press releases. They said it evokes power. It evokes the power, grit, calm, and creativity that defines the team. So never totally knew how colors could evoke all that, but kind of cool. And also, they got some new vibes with the team. A thing to note. Is they have an interim president. Her name is Claire Hamill. She is a longtime Oregonian, and I believe she worked at Nike as well. She said that she said this yesterday, she said, we are thrilled to complete the journey of bringing professional women's basketball back to the Rose City while honoring the legacy of the original franchise to blaze a new, bold path forward. And for the Portland Fire's Flames perspective, I always want to say Portland Thorns because Portland Thorns is the NWSL team, which is going to be the sister team of this team. But anyway, for Portland, this is a team that has still a lot of stuff that they have to work through. Yes, they have sold a bunch of tickets already. They've sold, they've passed 10,000 season ticket deposits, which is cool. They are on pace to just continue to up that number before the season actually starts next year. And here's the thing. Let's not kid ourselves. This is still the beginning of this team. Now, in a lot of ways, Portland is behind on the 8 ball, right? When we talk about how the Golden State Valkyries had their stuff in order, when we talk about how the Toronto Tempo had their stuff in order and whatnot, the Portland Fire they're still trying to figure it out. They're still yes, they've announced some stuff, and yes, it's very exciting, but at the same time, it is still very, very late in the game for Portland because they still got a lot of work to do, right? This is still the very beginnings of the Portland Fire. This is a team that still does not have a general manager. They don't have a coach. They have an interim president after their previous president, Inky Sun, ended up parting with the team like last month, I believe, just less than 3 months into the job. What exactly happened with Inky Sun? Strange, but anyway. There's still a lot of stuff, right? We also still are waiting to see as the training facility gets completed. It's a $150 million shared campus between the Portland Thorns and now named the Portland Fire. That's under construction, and so there's still a lot of stuff to do. But we can feel the energy of the fans. It just seems like people are very excited about it and just ready. The fan base has been waiting for about 20 years to see the fire rise again. And so, yeah, let's not gloss over what this means for Portland. Yes, they still have a lot of work to do. However, it should be kind of cool once Portland does hit the court. The Fire will hit the court in 2026 alongside Toronto, the WNBA's one of the other WNBA newest expansion teams. So yeah, it should be pretty fun. Also, guys, in the next couple of years, we do have a bunch of other teams joining in Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia. The WNBA is absolutely growing, and Portland just made it clear that hey, they're trying to be a standard bearer. They're trying to get their stuff together, and they're trying to be like, hey, fans, y'all better rock out with us starting next year because the bottom line is here. The Portland Fire, they have a name now. It's a blast from the past. They have a brand. That's a brand new one. And they have a fan base that is ready to light up Moda Center. So, yeah, it should be pretty cool. Portland has shown that they support women's sports, right? The Portland Thorns has been an immensely successful NWSL team. And the Fire, hey, this time, guys, it may be looking like the fire might just burn forever. You get it? Like the fire went out before in 2002, and now the fire's back 20 plus years later, and the fire might just burn forever. Like, anyway. Guys, you all know me. I'm very random, and I really do enjoy adding little puns and really odd stuff, just really stuff that they're that someone's listening and they're like, that's kind of funny, Anyway, I tried. I'm trying to make this stuff entertaining. Yes, I want to give y'all some interesting information and whatnot. Yes, we want to tell the news, but at the same time, we also want to make it kind of interesting. I don't know. Is it lame? If it is, I get it. But you gotta make it kind of fun. So that's all the facts. I do want to get y'all thoughts about the branding and what y'all think about it. Overall. Okay. We got some super chats I want to get to. Thank you so much to Jason for the super chat. I don't know why my comments are weird. Okay, so Jason, thanks so much for the super chat. Says paying players chicken scratch while having teams in high cost of living cities is dumb. Good luck to the rookies making $70K in Portland, LA, Seattle, and New York. That is exactly why, Jason, the CBA negotiations are happening right now because players are thinking the same thing as you are. Like, how in the world, the cost of living is pretty high in these areas. But also a thing to remember, the players don't have to pay for to live in the city during the WNBA season. So there's player housing that all teams give. All teams give player housing free of charge to the player. So that's something to know. So yes, absolutely, I completely agree. Yes, cost is very expensive. Stuff is very expensive in certain cities around the United States. And yes, players definitely want more money, but they do get housing. Okay, that is something to note. They do get housing paid for by the team, and that's not included in any of their stuff, right? Okay, they do get housing, but yes, absolutely, the CBA negotiations is happening right now, and the WNBA players definitely want more money, definitely. Definitely. Thank you so much, Ken K, for the super chat. Says Connecticut Governor Lambert says he has a buyer to keep the team in Unkinsville with some games in Hartford and maybe Providence. Ooh, Ken K, thank you so much for that news. I had not known that. So what I'll do is I'll read up on that, and I will make sure to bring that to you all in a researched way soon. That's cool news. I didn't know. Thank you so much, King K, for letting the people know that information. I appreciate it. But guys, yeah, I do want to hear what you all have to say about the branding of the new Portland Fire. Now, I will say, like, I am not here. Let me pull up the graphic of it. I'm not a fan overall of this. Like just the rose on flyer. It to me it I don't like it. I'm trying to find a nice way to say it. I'm not as much of a fan of it. But there was a fantastic graphic that I saw. There's a question that it has nothing to do with the topic, but I have to talk about it because I am. I am. Yes. So I have been watching some of the women Euro qualifiers, quarterfinals. European women's soccer is happening right now. And last week I was watching. I was watching. I was on I was on an airplane and I was watching I was watching Switzerland, and they were facing, I forgot who they were facing, but like Switzerland was losing, and then they had in stoppage time they had a crazy goal that ultimately got them to advance. It was the reason why I was watching is because Pia Sundhage, she is the coach for Switzerland, and she was the coach for the United States. I became a fan of her. Like I'm a big fan of like individual people, and so like I was a big Pia fan. And so like so I've been watching Euros, but like specifically I watched that game and I was like, dang, like what a amazing last chance bucket, or last chance goal in stoppage time for Switzerland. See, here's the thing. I'm like code switching. Like I said, last second bucket, but it's soccer. And anyway, let's let's move on.